honest with this hot dog, you think I fit in my mouth, guys?
Now, do it. Or you fake, calling you out. You on the naughty list. I'm making a list. I'm checking it twice. If you throwing it back, I'm checking it 3 times. You feel me, Santa? You're...
All right, everybody. Welcome to episode 2 of In the Hot Tub with Chef Buggrub. Today, we have the man, the myth, the legend, the one and only Fluffy boy himself, Fluff Topher, aka Fluff, aka Fluff, aka Fluff. And he's a cartoon like me.
Fluff.
How's it going, bro? How you doing today? Thank you so much for doing this interview with me. I know we kind of had to like reschedule a lot of stuff, and that was kind of annoying. But how are you feeling? You good?
Yeah, just getting over a sickness, but other than that, I'm feeling pretty great.
Feeling
I'm
pretty
glad
great.
It's almost over.
It's good, man. I'm happy you're feeling better. I was sick not too long ago, and I had the same kind of thing. Like, my voice was just completely shot and all of that. So I know your pain, but I appreciate you coming through here and doing this interview with me.
It's a pleasure to be here, actually.
Thank you, bro. Yeah, this is so we've actually hung out before in DreamHack, and this is like kind of like our first real collab, I think.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to talk to you because I consider you kind of like a, how do I put this? I consider you kind of like an OG, not only on Kick but in streaming. You've been at this for how many years?
Like just content creating as a whole, I've been doing this since 2016.
20. That's a long time.
Yeah, almost 10 years now.
Yeah, almost 10 years. That's crazy, man. So I think the first question I want to ask you is, what is like the biggest changes you've seen in not just streaming specifically, but like content creation in general, however you want to answer that? What are like some of the biggest things that you've seen?
Like changes?
Yeah.
Well, it used to go from like playing games and creating just fun content to watch and enjoy to the biggest change is it's turned into reality TV. People want more of that and watching troublemakers and stuff instead of just having a good time. That's one of the changes I don't like.
You don't like that? You think it's bad? It's a bad thing?
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean it makes people money, I guess, but overall it's not good in my opinion.
Well, I want to just fix this a little bit here for you. Because you just keep squinting. Don't fix it. All right, there we go. That's better.
Bad.
It makes people money. My biggest problem with it is I think it just kind of allows low quality content to kind of reign supreme, and people look at it like it's good. Like the main difference I think between the streaming and real reality TV is like real reality TV at least requires some bit of acting. It requires some bit of scripting. Nothing you see on reality TV is really real. But with the streaming, it's all just kind of organic, and it kind of allows people to kind of just get away with being mediocre. Do you kind of agree with that?
It is very mediocre. And another difference between reality TV and streaming is these reality TV shows have high quality equipment, and it's like a whole, group of people behind the scenes doing all the hard work. And a lot of these people nowadays is just an idiot with a Samsung phone going around breaking laws and shit. It's stupid.
Do you think that's sustainable for the future though? Like, do you think it's going to carry on like that?
No, definitely not. I mean, for example, look at that Johnny Somali guy. I don't know if we're allowed to mention his name or not, but he's looking at a very, very long sentence in prison in Korea right now. His trial is on the 9th, actually.
Yeah, I was actually just talking about him last week. We were watching a video about him. And stuff like that, and it's kind of crazy. Like, I was watching the videos of him, and I thought, like, back in the day, I don't know if you remember like the old school like iDubbbz and Anything for Views and all those guys. Like, they used to do crazy stuff, but it was a little bit of showmanship to all of that and things like that. And now it's like the idea of Anything for Views is reigning supreme. But like these guys, they look like they're like soulless vessels. Like, you look at Johnny Somali, dude, and he looks like he's like he's lost all being of himself. I mean, we even saw that with people like Fusi.
Yep.
I think Fusi is kind of making a turnaround in his life right
Yeah,
now.
well, I mean, we'll see. He's made several turnarounds.
Yeah,
It's
he's. I
kind of
mean, he's.
his thing.
I never thought he was like. I thought he was kind of entertaining because again, he's kind of one of those guys that's like an actor, and he at least has like a little bit of showmanship to his stuff. You know, like that's like
He's one of the OG YouTubers. You know, he knows what it's like to actually like have a script and all that stuff,
yeah.
and follow the script, know what to film and all that shit. So he kind of knows the in and outs, and he's not just another like Johnny Somali just breaking laws and filming it.
Yeah, and I think even like Jack Doherty has like calmed down a lot too. Like he doesn't really do as much of things like that. I don't really watch too many IRL streamers, to be completely honest with you.
Yeah, that's my guilty pleasure is I've been watching Ice Poseidon since he was a RuneScape streamer. No, that's not like that's my guilty pleasure. I love that shit. It's so raunchy and bad, but I just can't get enough of it.
Do you think that you enjoying it and watching it is adding to the problem, in a sense?
Oh,
because you're not the only one, probably.
Probably, but like a lot of them I don't even follow. I definitely don't give them money either. So
Yeah.
maybe it is, maybe it's not. I mean, after views anyways isn't real. So
Yeah, I mean, we could definitely talk about that. We can talk about. I think specifically you wanted to talk about stream teams, and I think that's a really cool idea for this conversation to start moving in, because you run a stream team, correct?
yes, sir. The Lurker Squad.
Yeah, why don't you talk about it? Tell me a little bit about Lurker Squad, what you guys do, what you stand for, all of that.
Yeah, so basically, just one day I was talking to my boy Denny, and I was like, you know, there's no stream teams here on Kick. We should try to jumpstart that and be one of the first people to do it. Because you had orgs and stuff, right? You had like Regiment, but they're not Kick only. We wanted to focus on creating a stream team on Kick, just mainly for Kick. And we only wanted to see growth, positivity, people that want to make friends, stuff like that. But we wanted to do it the right way and not break any of the TOS or anything. The whole reason I call it Lurker Squad was because I get really obsessed with things I see on Twitter sometimes, and then I just full head run with it. And I seen somebody was complaining about lurkers and how it's fake support, and if you're not an active chatter, then you better not be in my stream and all that shit. And I was like, wait, what do you fucking mean? I have so many people that have very busy lives, and they will just pull my stream up, tell me that, you know, they got to work or whatever, and then that they're lurking. And so I was like, you know, we should do something with the name Lurk. I was trying to get like Lurker Squad. I mean, it was like Lurk Squad or Lurking, something like that. But it was all trademarked. And then when I found that Lurker Squad wasn't trademarked, I went with that one instead. I got Denny to make up the designs for it, and I just started hitting up on my homie. I was like, hey, you want to help me grow this community? Join this Discord. And then I ran it. Greg came over to Kick, and I was like, yo, I need you on my team, because I knew him from the Twitch days. And we just kind of just ran with it, dude. And we don't allow any follow for follow. We don't allow any of that tab for tab bullshit. Like, you can come in and use our Discord as a link dump if you want, but we're all about that. You get out what you put in kind of thing. And, you know, if you notice that if you're only going in there and dropping your going live link and you're not getting any viewers, maybe it's because you're not also networking yourself too.
Yeah. Why do you think the idea of lurking gets such a bad rep? I feel like it's more prevalent on Kick that it gets a bad rep than like on Twitch.
It definitely is. People hate it on Kick more than anywhere else, and I don't understand why, because it's literally everywhere. Everywhere has lurkers. But I think people want that active chatters. They don't want their chat being dead or slow or whatever. I don't really know where the hate really comes from.
I mean, I think it's more from obviously you and I have we've talked about this, but like I think it's more of the people that are like the locked in type people, the people who have never heard your voice, that are like, I'm here lurking. But I don't know, I feel like there's a sort of like people who like really are lurkers are like people that you like have chatted with in the past, or people that come in and like, you know, maybe they don't feel like chatting and they just have been watching you for years and you might never know, you know. It's kind of just a weird thing, because I think a lot of people have the wrong idea of what lurking is, and I think whenever that conversation's brought up with the follow for follows and the tab for tabbers, lurkers kind of get thrown into that, when it's I think a different mindset than the people that are out there doing those things. So how do you guys, like, with you saying that you don't allow like follow for follow or tab for tab, like how do you guys differentiate that from, say, like another stream team that might be like a follow for follow, tab for tab thing?
Well, cause I recently just left another Discord that was a stream team, that they are a stream team right now, but I mainly joined because the leader hit me up, was like, yo, we should do collabs and all this stuff. I really like what you guys are doing as Lurker Squad. I'm gonna build something big too. And then you know, he wouldn't ever interact with any of us or join our Discord and stuff. And so when I joined his Discord, I seen how they were running everything. They were just like, as soon as somebody joined, tag everyone go follow him right now. I don't care if you don't watch, just follow him, get his numbers up. And then the leader of that Discord, every single post was at everyone, I'm live right now, get in here or you're not gonna make it.
You're not gonna make it?
Yeah, if you want to move up on the stream team, you better be in my streams. You better use my code for this sponsor. Like, this sponsor's for me, but it helps our whole stream team. How does it help your stream team? By you getting your code used on a product, or by funneling everybody into your channel. How is that helping the stream team? It's not. It's all just a big scheme. It's a funnel Discord. They're just trying to tunnel everybody into one stream, and then he's promising people verification. He's promising people KCIP, and we recently, somebody in Lurker Squad was friends with somebody that was in that other stream team. Turns out he was being view botted, and he didn't even realize it. He just knows he joined the stream team, and next thing you know, he started getting all these hundreds of viewers out of nowhere. He's on a fast track to becoming a partner, and he's so excited that he can start getting paid money just for streaming. And we were like, yo, these views aren't real. Nobody's talking here, dude. Like, you're a good dude. We know him. He's a good guy. He's like, are you sure that they're not real? And then in the Discord, if you go in there and say, I need W's in my chat, next thing you know, his chat was flooded, like 100 messages of just the letter W.
That's
and
crazy.
If you clicked on every single name, none of them followed him.
That's crazy. That's actually insane.
Because here on Kick, you can click somebody's name, and it shows you how long they've been subscribed and how long they've been following you, even if you're not a mod or anything in that person's stream. And every single one of those names that popped up saying W in the chat, like as soon as he typed in that Team Rise Above Discord, he said, I need W's in my chat. Boom, 100 viewers.
He just name dropped.
I name dropped, dude.
That's good, man. Hey, listen. I think calling out this stuff is important, and I think if people are cheating, it's important to call it out, because we can only be the change that we want to see. And if we don't address problems like that, you know, head on, then they never get solved. They never get solved. And that's why I like having this conversation in the hot tub thing, because I want this to be a space where people don't have to feel like they're scared of whatever, you know, upsetting a platform, upsetting a company, upsetting an organization. I mean, ironically, you know, if you say something and, you know, it gets back to them, that probably it probably still upset them either way.
Oh, it will. Yeah.
But
there's a couple of big names that me and you have privately talked about that are in that Discord too.
Oh, really? Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Like that one you saw the number keep going up and up and up.
Yeah.
Yep, he's in there.
Interesting. That's insanity. You sent me that message yesterday. You're like, hey, yo, this guy is sitting at 1,000 viewers, and dude,
I literally went in there and said, "Bro, are you on front page or something? This is nuts." And he was all like, "Oh yeah, I know. I can't believe it. This never happened to me before."
This never. You sent me that, and I wanted, like, I didn't even know what to say. I was just like, that's actual insanity.
Like how did I? It just look. I understand. Look, I start getting paranoid when I have 50 viewers and my chat's slow. I understand people are working, people have lives and shit like that. And plus, you know, I get hosted a whole lot too. But I start getting paranoid, oh, someone's gonna call me a view butter next. But if you got 1,000 viewers on there and nobody talked in the last 27 minutes, that's fucking sus, dude. Not a single message, not even from Botrix. It doesn't make any sense to me, dude.
It doesn't make it. Well, actually, it makes complete sense. But that's besides the point. You know what I mean? It's crazy. It's crazy that people really think that they can just get away with it and nobody catches on. And I mean, we're seeing it right now with the Kick Road thing. You know, for the people that don't know, Kick is having a competition where people are their watch hours in certain categories are putting them in a competition to win money from Kick. And you know, I saw you tweeted the other day about that, about like, you know, it's crazy that all these people are sitting at like 100 viewers and stuff, or like right under 100 viewers for the competition, because it's only people that are under 100 CCV.
Well, the leader of that Discord I just told you about, he was entered into that Uprise thing last night too. Well, for the last like fucking month or so, he's been above 100 viewers, and then as soon as April 2nd rolls around, 77 viewers all day every day.
Well, I think to be fair, I think they took the metrics of people from the month prior. So if you were sitting at above 100, you're automatically not eligible to be in it for
Hopefully.
April. I think
We'll see,
don't quote me, but I think that's what they said. But we'll see about that. I don't know. I have kind of given up. I entered it, but I've kind of given up on it because I feel like my viewership and like my watch hours just are not going to be enough to even like reach the top 20. So I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing at the end of the day and just you know, just keep vibing and chilling. I think we're doing really cool stuff right now on the stream. I think this, like, having these conversations is cool, and doing this and making the cartoon, and gonna be doing more music and things like that. So just trying to stay afloat in the hot tub, you know what I mean?
Yes, sir. I think if more competitions like this come out, everybody should enter anyways, regardless if they think they're gonna win or not. You never know.
Yeah, you do never know. You never know when it comes to things like that. On the topic of stream teams, so who would you say? Now I'm gonna get really honest with you here, Fluff. Okay. All right. So who would you consider to be the tops of Lurker Squad?
The tops of Lurker Squad?
Yeah, like who's like I know it's like you, and like Greg.
Oh, I don't think I'm part of the top. No, my heavy hitters would be Greg, No Face, Captain Clouds. Like in my actual like streams, like they pull the most. Yeah. They pull the most views. Let me. I don't want to leave anybody's names out. I don't want to get upset. Beard's been doing really good lately too.
Yeah, Beard has been doing good.
Yeah. Now that just comes to like viewership wise, but when it comes to just creating very, very good content or quality content, I gotta give props to my boy GG Snap. He knows every in and out of like OBS, and he has the most insane quality content you can get out there. He just doesn't. He's not discovered yet.
Yeah. Well, my question was, before you start naming people, is do you think like it naturally? I mean, I'm sure it naturally kind of happens, but do you think that stream teams are kind of designed to help those at the top more than it's designed to help the people at the bottom? And how is a way that you combat that with your team?
Most stream teams. So when the early days of Twitch, I joined stream teams. That's how I eventually met GG Snap. Was through a friend of mine that I was on a stream team with, and that stream team I learned very fast that it was just the funnel to the top dogs. And in order to have a stream team on Twitch, you had to have a Twitch partner start it. So what they would do is they would find a Twitch partner, they'd suck them off. They'd be like, hey, can you start the stream team for us? We'll make sure everybody will get you more viewers, blah blah blah, just so they can have their own stream team. And then if you wanted to get on the stream team, you had to gift so many subs to the top dogs. You had to show love to the top dogs in order to get put up there too, just to get noticed. But I try to tell everybody, like with Lurker Squad, you will never see any type of funneling or tunneling. You'll never see a staff member tag everyone and tell you to go watch somebody's stream. None of the stream, like we even had somebody that recently joined Lurker Squad. They try to tag everyone, but we don't have those perms set. And we had to reach out to them a couple times saying, hey, stop trying to tag everyone. It won't work anyways, but this is not that type of Discord. We don't allow that at all. We strictly just want a place where people can collab with each other, people make new friends, or join in on some fun events, or just to get in the voice chat and hang out from time to time, you know? We want to see everybody grow. We want to see everybody spread positivity, help people when we can. We also run charity events, dude. I don't know, it's just, we're not the typical, like, old school stream teams. But yeah. What you said, normally that's what stream teams end up doing. It's all a funnel. It's to help the bigger guys get bigger, and then everybody want to be them, so they're just gonna keep trying hard and spending money and kissing more ass so they can be one of the big dogs too eventually. And that's just not what we do here.
Yeah, that's the one things I really like about you guys. Like we all hung out in Dallas and stuff, and it was just like you know, you guys were very welcoming to me and all of that, and it just seemed like a big group of friends. Which it didn't seem like you guys were like, it wasn't like a competition between all you guys, you know what I mean? You guys all kind of just get along and hang out and are friends, and all of that. BBQ, thank you for the 5 gifted, dude. Wow, I really appreciate that. Really appreciate that. Thank you. We are going to be going through chat as well. If anybody has any questions and they want to drop any questions, make sure you at me so I see it, and then I can copy it and write it down. In the meantime,
yeah, I told them over in mine to come in here and ask the questions in yours.
What did I want to say? I don't remember what I wanted to say. I got thrown off, dude. Money hit me in the face and I got thrown off.
Money, dude.
Okay, so let's talk about money for a little bit, because I think money is a big factor when it comes to streaming, and I feel like a lot of people have it gets a bad rep that streamers want to make money while they're streaming. How do you feel about that? Do you think that there's like maybe like a line of like, yeah, I want to make money and I want to have a community, but like I also like, you know, want to do this as a full-time gig, and like how do you remain genuine while trying to pursue this as a career, as somebody?
Prove that you're worth the money.
Prove that you're worth the money. What are ways that you think somebody can prove that they're worth the money? Like
entertain me. make me want to give you the $5 for that month. Like normally, like back on the Twitch days, like the whole reason we would sub to support was so we didn't have to watch those fucking ads. But over here, like there is no ads. There's not really a whole lot of incentives to sub unless it is just to support the streamer. So streamers got to come up with those incentives for the subs, and either come up with incentives or just be that entertaining, you know, or like some people can luck out and build a community to where they do support you no matter what. Some people think that they're entitled to that, and there's a whole lot of streamers out here that really aren't cut out to be fucking streamers, and nobody wants to hear that, but it needs to be said.
What do you think about the people who are who I would say are partnered with Kick now, that some of them probably have that very mediocre content in a way, where it's like, you know, they have bad audio, they don't really have anything cool that they're adding to the stream in a sense. Do you think that they kind of deserve that?
I mean, there's a lot of partners that don't deserve to be partnered anyways because they cheated. But I've always had a firm belief And if you're going to be representing this platform, like, why is your audio so bad? Why is your quality so bad? I don't understand that. I was a partner on this old platform called DLive back in the day. Me and Denny were partners, and then there was a global partner. So there was the regular check mark, and then there was the golden check mark. Denny was a global partner, and I was just a regular partner. And they gave global partnership to this one British lady who had the literal worst fucking audio. Her webcam was so fuzzy. It was just really fucking bad. And they gave her global partnership because she was friends with the staff. And I know it sounds like a Joker tweet, but it was actually true. She was good friends with the staff. And back then, like, one person could gift you enough subs to where you hit the requirements for global partner. And that's what happened. It came from a staff member too. So I went on a very big rant about that. And then they told me I'll never be global partner because I talked shit about it. So I was like, oh, that's fine. Like, you guys, if that's your global partners, then I don't want to be that. My quality was way fucking better. Like, I did a 48-hour stream. I was the first person to do it on that platform. 48 hours, no breaks, no sleep. At the end of it, I had 700 viewers. They were all waiting for me to pass the fuck out. And I ended up making like $7,000 off of that stream.
Wow, that's crazy.
It was
what was
fucking
the
awesome.
sub split on DLive?
Sub split on DLive was 70-30, I do believe.
$7,000. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, it turned insane. It was just like 100 bomb after 100 bomb, like, throughout the whole. I was almost passed the fuck out.
That's crazy, man. Wow, congratulations on that. That's a huge accomplishment.
Yeah.
I've done 24-hour streams and I've been like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm gonna die. I couldn't imagine doing 48. That's
and
insane.
it was all because, so I'm a baller on a budget, and I'm a full-time streamer. My buddy Dave, he was like, I bet you $100 you can't stream 48 hours straight. I said, I'm about to make that fucking $100 easy. That shit turned into $7,000, dude. All for $100. I did that, man.
What do you now? Do you think that there's people that I mean, there's people like I've seen that, you know, they make like 10 grand a month on Kick, right? Like they just get like I see it all the time. Like I'm gonna do this giveaway at 50 subs, and it's like for like a fucking keychain. Do you think that people like genuinely hit that sub goal like all the time, or do you think there's something maybe some sort of cheating going on, like some sub for sub thing? Like I've heard it in the past. I don't know how true it is, but like people will, like, I know it used to happen on Twitch that people would like pay companies or like people from like different countries like $25, and then they would like sub that, and then it would kind of encourage other people to sub. Do you think people still do that on like Kick?
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, you can literally just make an alt account, sub to yourself. You lose 5% of your money, and it just looks good on your end. And other people want to join in on the hype train. You could PayPal your buddy some money and be like, hey, give me some subs. But people definitely do that all the fucking time.
Yeah, my one buddy, Tyler, he's a real life friend. He's done that. He's never, you know, asked for the money back. He just, you know, likes to support, but he does that occasionally. He'll come in and like drop like 5 subs if like something cool's going on the stream, just to like kind of encourage people. But I don't give him the money back. That's mine. He that's his decision to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm sure people do that all the time, you know, just in general. But it's always interests me to see how many ways people kind of try to game the system to get to the top, in so many ways. So let me ask you this. This is a question I like to ask. I asked this to Chavez the last time, but if you were a brand new streamer, or you were talking to somebody that was a brand new streamer, and it was like, they were like, hey man, I want to get into streaming, what would be the best advice that you could give that person?
Well, if it depends, are they want to get into streaming like as a full-time job, or
streaming, content creation, kind of? Yeah, they want to do it as a job. I mean, it nowadays when it comes to the youth, dude, that's like the #1 job that they want to be a YouTuber. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna tell them right off the rip, fucking don't quit your job first of all. Start streaming, like learn OBS and everything. do your research, start streaming as a hobby, and stream shit that you really like to do. If you don't enjoy what you're doing, why would anybody else enjoy what you're doing? And like, because if you just quit your job and be like, just start streaming right off the rip, and you're just not gonna make it. And then you're gonna go back to finding a new job again and just still being miserable, and then you're gonna talk shit about streaming. Oh, streaming ain't blah 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 or whatever. Like, just go in it as a hobby, you know. Just play some games that you enjoy, or music, make some art, whatever, and just have fun with it. And then, like, don't focus on the fucking numbers either, because if you're not getting the numbers as your best bud streamer is, and then you get mad at him, or if you get mad your favorite streamer who's also your friend isn't in every single one of your streams, like, don't take that out on him either. That's happened to me in the past. People get upset. Well, I'm always in your streams. Why are you not in my streams? Well, first of all, I have a life.
Yeah.
Second of all, I might have been streaming.
Yeah, that bothers me when people are like, they get mad at you for not being in the streams. I try to visit all the homies when I can, you know. We were kind of talking about this yesterday on my stream, but like the you know, like when I'm like, I'm not sitting at my computer and like watching streams unless I'm like video editing, and even then, like, the stream's very low and I'm kind of just like chilling. But it's most of the time if like I'm at work or something and I got time to like go say what up and see who's live and stuff like that. So I end up missing a lot of people's streams because they stream it around the same time I do. But I'm not a guy that's gonna like pull you up and have you just in the background.
No, if I'm streaming, I don't have anybody else's stream open unless it's a collaboration and we're both reading each other's chats and shit like that. I'm saving my bandwidth for me. Like, I know it's the Lurker Squad, and we had this one kid in Lurker Squad a while back where he would be streaming and then he'd also have 40 fucking tabs open trying to prove that he's a true Lurker Squad member. Look at me lurking on everyone. Like, you're ruining your own content. First of all, your stream looks so fucking laggy and bad. Stop it. Second of all, just focus on your own shit while you're live. You can do all that lurking and shit when you're done, dude.
Yeah. No, I agree 100%. The only time like I'll pull up like somebody's stream is if I'm like doing a bit, you know what I mean? I'll be like, hey, what's Fluff doing? And then like I'll show your stream and I'll say something in chat to like get your reaction or something like that. You know what I mean?
I would literally pull up Denny's stream on my stream just to start pinning random messages because I'm a mod. But I've also known the kid since he was 17, so I gotta pick on him all the time too. But then, like, when I go back to my regular content, I'll just close this tab and go back at it. It's just little snippets like here and there.
What so you pretty much would you say that streaming is a good avenue to go down for that person that is like new to it and thinks they want to do it?
Man, I mean, no. I personally wish I could just go get a regular 9-to-5 and have a guaranteed income every week. I would pick that over just jumping right into content creation right off the rip, because it takes, like, listen, man, I've been doing this almost 10 years now, and I'm still not living comfortable or anything. I'm still on the struggle bus. Kick has helped me a lot more than any other platform, though, because of the sub split and because of the community I built. But other than that, no, just don't quit your day job. Also, if you do end up not liking streaming and you want to go back into working, job companies do not give a fuck that you're a streamer. Even though I pay taxes, even though I have proof that this was a job and then I pay taxes, none of them think of it as a fucking job. They're like, there's this big gap in my resume. Even though I'm a streamer, I have to come up with different titles and pretend it's something different.
Broadcast manager.
Yeah, you got to come up with all sorts of shit. And even then, they just look at it like, oh, that's not real employment.
Broadcast manager at twitch.tv.
yeah, like, even though I do get paid and I do pay my taxes, they don't see it as that. That's,
it's, dude, the full-time job thing is something that really bothers me. It actually pisses me off when I see streamers being like, I'm quitting my job and I'm going full time, and I'm just like, I see it, and some people it makes sense, right? And I'm like, okay, it makes sense for you. Like you're averaging this amount, and you have monetization through other means. You have sponsorships, all of that stuff. But a lot of people like they I see it especially on Kick, like a lot of because they're making like 200 subs a month, which is roughly around $1,000 a month. That they're like, I'm quitting my job and I'm going full time, and it's like, dude, how are you living off $1,000 a month? First of all, second of all, what's the guarantee that you're going to reach that amount the next month? And what are you like? You're almost putting your whole life on pause because like this, like I say it all the time, this internet shit, man, they just can go away tomorrow. You know what I mean? And then what are you gonna do?
You want to know the truth is these motherfuckers either still live with their parents, or their wife has a job and they just neglect their kids while they sit in the basement all day with their fancy mustache playing Call of Duty.
They specifically have fancy mustaches.
My bad. I shouldn't have said that.
What do you mean by that? It's crazy, man, because like I'm a guy, I'm a father, I don't own my house, I rent it. My wife is a stay-at-home mom, and I work a full-time job, and we made that choice for her to be a stay-at-home mom, because she wanted to raise the kid, and we didn't want to put the kid in daycare, and it realistically didn't make sense with how much she was making to put the kid into daycare, because it was going to pretty much be her whole paycheck was going to go into daycare, so it was like, well, just stay home. And I'm very grateful for streaming because it's allowed me to kind of supplement the income a bit, but I'm nowhere near a point to where I can consider like quitting my job in to be a content creator full time. I'd love to, man, I'd love to, but I got too much responsibility and too much stuff that like I gotta pay for, you know what I mean? It's I couldn't live off $1,000 a month, you know what I mean? I'd have to be making 500 subs consecutively, as well as I'd have to be making monetization on YouTube and other platforms, and people would have to be using my codes for stuff, you know what I mean? Like it'd have to be like something that's like actually sustainable, and I don't know if people are not living in reality or what it is, but the thing is too, man, is that these people, like a lot of these people are younger, right? Like, how old are you?
I just turned 35.
Turned 35. Okay, and I just turned 30. So we're past our 20s, but a lot of these people that are in their 20s, and I even see it with people in their 30s, man. Like you need to prepare for your future. Like how are you gonna prepare for like your retirement and things like that if you're just trying to live off a dream? And that's not me saying don't chase your dreams. I think that it's important to chase your dreams. I've been chasing my dreams ever since I've had dreams, you know what I mean? Played music, done all that stuff. It's important, but you got to be responsible at the same time, because if you're not, then you're just going to end up in a very bad situation, and life's going to flash by you, and you're not going to see, like, you're going to miss a lot of opportunities in life.
Lot. Dude, people spend too much time trying to grow up. They're not gonna enjoy their youth, dude.
And since you've been in the sphere so long, is there a lot of stuff that you think like you've missed out on?
Oh yeah, dude.
Trying to do this.
Well, I mean, not really from trying to do this. The whole reason I started the whole content creation thing is because I was hit by an SUV and I couldn't go physically work anymore. I was stuck in a hospital bed for a whole year. And so I did what I could on the internet to try to make money while I lived off my settlement. And then, I really enjoy doing this. But I mean, deep down, I wish I could go back to driving forklifts. I wish I could be in a manufacturing place somewhere, just driving a forklift, making fucking bank. Those were the good days, man. I made so much stupid fucking money just driving forklifts.
That's
but
crazy.
I can't do that anymore physically.
You were forklift certified?
Yep, every single type of forklift you can think of, I can drive it.
So you think if that that SUV didn't hit you and pretty much alter the whole trajectory of your life, you'd still be doing that, and you'd be happy doing that?
Yeah, I would be driving a forklift at night and watching shitty content during the day. That's what I did, man. I would watch YouTube and watch streams, and then just go do my job.
And you'd be donating, 50 subs to the homies every once in a while.
Yes, sir. It'd probably keep going back to Tim the Tap Man. That's
Yeah,
what I
just
mainly
all the money
watch.
to go to Tim the Tap Man. Man's got enough money. He needs more.
Dude, I love that man. He knows how to provide for his family. That's
Is he your favorite streamer?
oh yeah. He's one of the reasons I wanted to start it in the beginning. Him and for the content creation side was PewDiePie. I've really liked how unhinged he got sometimes. He's really he's entertaining to me. And then the live streaming side of things, I've watched him all the fucking time.
Yeah, the PewDiePie bridge incident just came to mind.
Oh yeah. Hey man, that all that did was unlock like the real Felix side of him. Like once he lost Disney and all that other shit, and then he could just do whatever the fuck he wanted. From then on, it turned into like his real content.
Yeah,
he didn't have to follow guidelines and all that shit.
I have always loved PewDiePie, even as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I was always a big PewDiePie fan, and to just see him like, I saw this meme. It was like him and his wife, and they were like walking through like the grass with their kid and stuff, and it's like.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, dude, like that's the beautiful dream, you know what I mean? To just like have your
really
family
is,
and like he could just kind of do whatever he wants at that point, you know what I mean?
It's the craziest thing too, because me, Tim the Tapman, and PewDiePie are the same age, and I'm just like, why am I not there? You know what I mean? I want to be at that level that they're at. Those dudes are fucking millionaires, and I'm sitting here playing Fortnite to 50 viewers.
That's okay. Hey man, 50 viewers that's a big accomplishment, and think about that. I sometimes get down on my view count and things like that, but like
that's like a movie theater, dude.
Dude,
that's a lot of people watching.
Like think about that many people in your roin. You know what I mean? That were like, imagine all those people in your room, like just staring at you on your computer playing Fortnite.
Back in the day, I was on the Tapman Army stream team on Twitch. It was Tim's stream team, and he hosted me 26,000 viewers, dude, and I almost shit myself.
That's crazy, man.
That's like a stadium of people watching me for like 30 minutes before they all left. This shit was fucking
crazy,
wild,
man. Wow, yeah, I don't
know how I could do that every day.
The only big host I've ever gotten, I mentioned this last episode, was GM Hikaru one time.
Oh shit!
Hosted me
the chess guy.
Yeah, he hosted me for like 2,500 people.
Nice.
And he just like, it was just like random. He was like, oh, we're gonna go to this guy. He's drawing cartoons, and I drew this really bad picture of GM Hikaru. It was definitely not like a flattering picture of him, but it was funny, and his community liked it. That was dope, because it was like, I was like kind of just chilling, and then like all these people came in, and I got a lot of follows and a lot of subs, which was sweet. He didn't have to do that, but he did. He seems like a real genuine guy.
Yeah, he seems pretty cool. I don't like chess like that.
Yeah, I'm not a big chess guy either. He just it was cool because it was a real host, you know what I mean? Like there really was that many people. Like I'm convinced he's not a guy that view bots. I don't think he really cares about that. He's a world champion chess player, dude. He doesn't need to.
There's people that pay for view bots, and then there's the view bots that give their own streamers too.
You think that happens?
100%. If you're on the front page, you're anybody that's got Kick open is every individual user is considered as a blob. And like you can go into the back end and see that all those blobs are just idle on the front page, and that's where all those views come from. They're not
embedded views.
Yeah, they're embedded views. They're not actually there in your chat. Every so often, if you're on front page, people will click it just to come in and talk shit or try to get to know you or find new streamers and shit like that. But most of those views, like if you see somebody on the front page with 1,000 fucking viewers, there's not 1,000 people in there. Not a chance.
Why do you, when it wasn't always like that, why do you think they made that change to that?
I don't know, dude. So like back on D Live was the same thing. If we got put on the front page, we got an extra 30 viewers from embedded views. And on Twitch, I don't know what theirs looks like, but Kicks is yeah, it's a problem. Like if you just got Kick open, you're counted as a viewer to everyone on the front page.
It just blows my mind that like I don't know, people think like I hate on Kick like a lot and all of this because of X, Y, and Z, and I don't really hate any platform. I think every platform is kind of good at doing something. You know, I'll say it all the time. I'm very grateful for Kick because it kind of reignited my love and the dream of being a streamer. This is something I've always wanted to do since I was 16. You know what I mean? I just never was in the position or had the space to do it and all of that, or the vision of how I wanted to do it. And I think now it's finally, the vision's kind of finally there. But you know, Kick does a lot of shitty stuff, man, and it's very disingenuous, and I feel like it goes like beyond like just people that gamble. You know what I mean? Like the gambling stuff, like everyone has a beef with the gambling stuff, but I say it all the time, you know, Amazon owns Twitch, and Amazon has bad practices as well that they've faced backlash for in the past. No platform is perfect. I mean, you know, X is another prime example. It's not a perfect platform, but you know, you can kind of say whatever you want, and I'm a big believer in free speech. I think it's really important for people to speak their mind. Excuse me. Do you think Kick is a good platform?
Yeah. Oh yeah, and they're definitely doing better too. Like when Kick first came out, like the very first verified streamer, Suspendus. He's one of my IRL junkies I like to watch. He would literally stream himself getting blowjobs from hookers in Japan with Ice Poseidon, and they allowed it. Like staff was in there just keck Wing, and then he got a 3-day ban. So they're like, hey, just point the camera away next time. So he started doing that. They would buy prostitutes in Japan, just point the camera at the wall, and we could hear all of it. And then over time they started getting stricter with the moderation, and now, like, jump forward to today, like now people can't even make KCIP money if they're gambling. Like that's against the KCIP rules now too. So I mean they're definitely moving into a better position. I'd love to see it.
Yeah, I really like that change that they added. I'm not I've never done a gamble stream. I'm not even opposed to it. Ironically, now it's illegal for me to do it in New Jersey, but I'm not like a total like against gamble thing. But I do think gambling is not something that like you should endorse as a person. Like if that's your prerogative to do it and stream it, like that's totally fine. But like for me, I've just never felt like it's something I want to do. And I've seen, and there's a lot of Kick partners too that like, you know, I'm sure they've gotten offers for gambling deals and they've never done it. You know what I mean? And I kind of respect that.
But there's also Kick partners that get a deal with Stake, and they jump from 100 viewers to 400 viewers every stream now.
I see that all the time too.
Yep.
I see that all the time. Yeah. Do you think that why? It's such a stupid question, because obviously the answer is no. But like, do you think people who cheat the system should be allowed to reach verification in partnership?
No, they shouldn't. But also, like, if you viewbot your way to partner, you're gonna see it on your KCIP payouts. You're not getting paid dick. So either way, it's just a bad look on Kick. Like, why is this guy partnered with you? Like, who wins because of it? Because the streamer's not getting paid. Because I've already seen one of the new Kick partners tweeting about, why is my KCIP so low? I don't understand. I have over 100 viewers every day, and I'm only making 40 cents. Well, it's because they're not real. They're not real views. You know they're not real views. So why are you Why are you cheating the system and then complaining that you're not getting money for it?
I think views are like the lowest. Like I think it's like kind of like a point system. Like different things that happen within your stream are like worth more points, and I think views themselves are like the lowest incentive to why you would be making money on KCIP. I don't know. I've never. That's just from what I've heard.
Yeah, there's a couple different factors. Like you need to stream. The longer you stream, you get money. The more viewers you have, you get money. Active chatters, and then like new follows. Those are like the 4 main big things that will help you get paid with KCIP.
How does it feel being somebody that's been on the platform for so long that has, you know, I'm sure you reached verification very early on, back when the metrics were like that.
I kind of cheated the system a little bit, because when I joined, I was just a RuneScape streamer at the time, and then Oda Block just came over to the platform, and then he got into a lot of drama. So I just put Oda Block in my title every fucking day, because he got banned on a bunch of different places for speaking his opinion on his own religion, and a lot of people were heated about it. And so I just kept saying shit like "Free Oda," "Oda did nothing wrong," "Justice for Oda" in my title, and I sat there, and there would be 100 people just watching me, and they'd all be talking about Oda. And back then the requirement was only 50 for checkmark, so I got it pretty fucking fast.
How does it feel though, like seeing people that are maybe newer to just streaming or the platform in general kind of skip the line in the sense of like you've been here in the trenches, you know, fighting the good fight, and people are kind of like just, you know, you're kind of getting skipped over because you're still not a partner, correct?
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna be partner for a while. And
Why?
I mean, I would love to be partnered, because then I wouldn't have to sub bait as much. You know, I could
Yeah.
literally just get the KCIP money, even if it's a little bit. Just getting paid to stream would feel so good that the platform believes in me as much as I believe in it. That would be a good feeling overall. But you know, I could be like any other salty person and get upset. Oh, so and so got partnered, but not me. But I don't really care. Like if they cheat the system, then they're not going to get paid either way. So it doesn't really affect me that much, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of consider myself a salty person, you know, and I'm very honest about that. And it's not, you know, I've gotten over it. But the biggest thing for me why I'm so salty about it was because I did things like the front page program back when it was still in beta, before it was Pitch Kick. And, you know, I put in weeks and weeks into making a really awesome front page show, just to not get verified, and then everybody else who has done it has gotten verified or partner. And I felt like what the heck, dude? Like
They shouldn't, to be honest, because
well, I agree. I think none of them should have.
They said front page views don't count towards your requirements to getting verified, so they shouldn't be getting partnered or verified off of front page. So that is something genuinely to be upset about. Like the whole Pinky Uwu stuff. Like she was pushing for verified for so fucking long, and every single time she start her stream, they put her on front page, and then she would apply, and they would say, "Hey, your numbers are high because you were on front page." And she was like, "Well, you guys keep putting me on front page," and she would test it out. She would go live at random times throughout the day, without letting anybody else know, like on Twitter or whatever. And as soon as she would go live, they'd put her on front page. It's like, so there's some weird, sick fucking torture. Like, yeah, go live, we'll throw you front page, but haha, you're on front page, you can't get verified. It's so fucking stupid.
Do you think that things like Kick Partner, where they pay you hourly and stuff like that, is it's kind of like a two-sided question, because like, do you think it's a net positive? Do you think it's something that's good? I mean, obviously it's good that people are getting paid, right, to do stuff and create, but do you think it also kind of creates this sort of jealousy and you know, disdain within the culture of streaming, in a sense, specifically on the platform of Kick itself?
Oh, it definitely creates jealousy, because then you'll see like that clip going around Twitter. Aiden Ross got $30,000 in one stream. So Fearbuck, he did his calculations. If you average 50 viewers, you'll get paid $10 an hour, and that is not the case at all at KCIP. I see people with 50 viewers that would make like $2 an hour. It's just they won't give us the full 100% what makes me money. Or if they do, they're not talking to us about it. Like, people aren't telling us the truth of it. But yeah, no, it definitely creates jealousy, because there's streamers out there who are like, well, I deserve to get paid to stream too. I hate this guy. And then they're going to start hate rating and talking shit, and it's just going to cause a lot of fucking drama that nobody really wants or needs.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, like, I feel like if you were like people going for like Twitch Partner and things like that, it was always and I was never a big Twitch guy. Like, you know, I was never like a big watcher of streams. I would very occasionally. I feel like nowadays I do watch more streams just because I'm trying to pull ideas and things and kind of, I guess, not copy people, but like be like, oh, that's a cool idea. I like that. Maybe I'll incorporate something similar into my content. But I feel like reaching Twitch partner, it didn't really like change much for people other than the fact that they became a Twitch partner. I think you got a better revenue split on your subs, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Yeah, you went from 50-50 to 70-30. Or 60-40, some shit like that. I don't know what it is now.
Now, do you think that people that stream exclusively to Kick and just kind of push Kick as their main thing, and they're like just pick Kick, all of that, do you think that they are hurting themselves in a way of like not growing on other platforms and things like that?
Yeah, no, they definitely are. They're stunting their growth for sure. Now, Kick is my main platform, but I still like to upload to other places and then try to funnel them into Kick eventually. Like I'm always talking about Kick, like, or I'll put it in the caption or the description or something. But yeah, never put all your eggs in one basket.
Never put all your baskets in one egg.
Yeah, don't put your basket in one scrambled egg.
No, I agree with you 100%. And I always approach the stream like this: is that this stream is the vessel, right, for me to make content elsewhere. You know, like if forget the numbers of like how many viewers I got or how many subs. If I'm not getting at least like 1 to 2 things that I can make a clip out of and put somewhere else, I feel like I'm doing a bad job as a content creator. Like that's how I approach my stream. Like I rewatched every one of my streams.
Like, that's why I don't really consider myself a content creator. I'm more of a homie hangout kind of streamer. Like I like to just vibe with my homies, listen to music. You know, if we can get some content out of it, cool. I'll upload it to TikTok and YouTube and stuff like that. But other than that, I'm not the typical content creator. But for the people who are like the typical content creators, yeah, if you're streaming and you're not trying to get content for other platforms, then what's the point? You just hoping for subs or what?
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's like this weird dichotomy of, you have people who are actually like trying to do like the right thing and make content, and then you have other people that are just kind of like chilling. And it's one thing to like be self-admitting about it, like you are, with like you're just chilling, but there are people who like are genuinely like, I'm out here grinding, I'm out here hustling, and they're like doing like really basic shit. And it's like, what makes you different from the other person that's just chilling, you know?
There's one dude on this platform or girl. I'm not trying to get people to think I'm hating on someone when I am hating on someone. But he'll literally just sit in front of a webcam all day long talking about, I'm in the grind. I'm grinding so hard. You're just sitting in front of your webcam all day long. That's all you do.
Yeah, it makes no sense to me.
You'll say hi to them. People will pop in, you'll say hi to them, and then every so often they'll jump on GTA RP or some shit for a little bit, do nothing in that fucking video game, and then just think that's the grind.
Yeah, I as a big GTA RPer, there's nothing that pisses me off more than GTA RP streamers.
Yeah, dude, a lot of it's not even content.
Like I've always approached it like telling a story, you know what I mean? Like that's the point. Like when I play a game like GTA RP, I'm not sitting there grinding money. Like you will never see me sitting there doing jobs unless I can make some sort of like bit out of it, you know what I mean? Like I'll do like taxi driving because it's like, oh, I can like kind of RP talking to the people. But there's people that just sit there and they just, it drives me insane.
Dude, if you would have known me on the Twitch days during my GTA RP era, you would have fucking loved it. So I watched a shit ton of No Pixel, like my early days of watching streams. That was my shit. Every day I had to know what the drama is with the gangs and all that stuff. And I would all these Kick streamers that do GTA, they don't really know how GTA RP streams should look like. Like you're showcasing a story or a movie or shit like that. Like turn off your fucking webcam, turn off your fucking music. Like if you're gonna listen to music in GTRP, turn on like a local radio in the fucking game.
Yeah.
Okay, immerse yourself. You can't sit there and be like, oh, 5 subs and I'll crash my car into the cops. That's fucking stupid. Don't do that either. That's definitely fail RP. Um, I don't know. Dude, it's kick GTA RP streamers piss me off.
Yeah, I know. I feel you, dude. I feel you. You know, and like that's the thing too is like I get a lot of shit sometimes because I keep the VTuber on the screen for my RP streams, but it's like, you know, Chef Buggrub, like that's me. I'm the character and I'm playing as the character, you know, and then I have like if I want to play as Dungeon Master, like I have a Dungeon Master VTuber, so it's like kind of like adding to it, you know what I mean? Like I've always tried to keep the stream and the RP kind of like in the same universe in a sense, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Where it just always tried to do things like things that were unique and different, and I don't know, I'm kind of happy I've like taken a step back from RP because it's just one of those things that you get so involved in it, and it's like, bro, I don't have time for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't sit here and do like 6-8 hour streams of doing RP. It's just too much. It's too much. And then I feel like I'm boring people because it's like, well, you know, I just spent the last 2 hours doing something unique, and now I'm 4 hours in and I can't, like, there's nothing for me to do. You know, but like I like it. That's why I always chose like the lawyering stuff, because I feel like it was kind of a good I always say it, lawyer character in GTA RP is the powerhouse, because you get to control pretty much everybody else's stories in a sense. You know, which I always thought was cool.
I mainly played this old man named Edgar, and he owned Burger Shop, and he hated vegans, and he was my favorite character of all time because he had 10 kids from 11 baby mamas.
That's good.
And people are like, wait, how do you get 10 kids from 11 baby mamas? And you go, well, 2 of them were sisters.
See, that's the thing, dude. Like, you make a character, like that's the beauty of something like that, is like making a character. Too many people, they play themselves.
Dude, I made a whole Twitter account for him, and everything, dude. Edgar was a trip, man. One of Greg's buddies is starting up a GTA RP server. I'm gonna get into that and see if we can't make some really fun content.
Oh, dude, yeah, I'll be there, dude. I'm bringing Chef. I'll be your guys' lawyer.
Hell yeah, dude.
We could have some lawsuits going on. Let me see. What was the question I wanted to ask? Okay, so this is kind of a little bit more of a personal question. Is how has your streaming career like affected your relationship with your family? I know you don't have a girlfriend, correct, or a wife or anything like that?
No,
or kids?
Yeah, no. I have an ex-wife, but no kids, none of that. I take care of my dad. My mom, she works. She does this writing job all the time. So when she's busy, I take care of my dad. She's like that. No, they love that I stream. They come by every so often, or they're with me on my IRL streams and stuff, and they like to talk and chat. She calls my chat the Fluffer Nutters, and I hate it, but they all fucking love that shit.
That's hilarious. That's cool though. It's cool that you got your like family involved in the and stuff like that.
I have to keep telling her though, you need to stop saying personal names and information, because there's a lot of very bad people on the internet.
Yeah, man, dude, the internet's crazy. Like, that's why like I don't even my wife and I, we don't even post our daughter's face on the internet, because it's like I just don't want people using that in some malicious way or anything like that.
Don't.
You know, and it's like things like conventions, like that's why like my wife didn't come with me to DreamHack, because it's like, you know, people walking around with cameras and things like that, and it's like we take that seriously. You know what I mean? Like I don't want my daughter to just show up on somebody's stream or something, and it's like, you know, oh, that's Brian's kid. You know, like it's a crazy world, and like protecting ourselves is a hard thing to do. I mean, I've had, you know, people. I'm sure it's happened to you, but like people just impersonate me on the platform itself and be like, you know, going into other people's streams and being like, and talking shit, pretending to be me.
I
And
haven't been impersonated yet.
you haven't been impersonated
I've
yet.
been waiting, dude. It's been 9 years. Why
All
does
right, well,
nobody
I'll
want
make
to
I'll make
pretend
an
to
alt
be me?
account and I'll impersonate you. Just so you can feel like you're in the club.
Yeah, it hasn't happened to me yet, dude. I've been waiting.
Do you think that the days of going virally, like organic virally, no, let me rephrase that. That doesn't make sense. The days of going viral organically is over. Like we see things like Haktua, who, you know, became viral off a 15-second clip, or like that big lady that sued Uber because she couldn't fit in the back of the car. You know what I mean? Do you think for a streamer or somebody that's like a content creator that's not doing something that's like super toxic or malicious, like those days are kind of over?
No, look at Queso. He's literally a fat guy that likes to play video games, and then he got viral because people would come in and make fat jokes and he would just scream at them and stuff, but it's all wholesome and funny, and he got viral off of that shit. It can still happen.
Dude, Queso is
it's just hard.
He's like an anomaly out of it all,
I love
though.
Queso,
You know,
dude.
I think
is so
he's funny.
I started doing, because of him, on my TikTok streams, I'll put a text up on the screen that says "fat jokes equals ban," and so people come in there. They don't give a fuck. I'll play Power Washing Simulator, and it's just 4 hours straight of people saying fat jokes, and I steal every single one of them. Somebody told me that I was in the fitness protection program. Someone said I could sell shade to people on the beach.
Well, we might need that for this beach here, this private island.
Yeah,
so
dude,
if you want, I could hire you.
Yeah. just put a big picture of me up behind the trees.
Do you does that like ever affect you though, like mentally?
Oh
like,
no,
like jokes like that.
When I'm doing the TikTok streams, no, because I'm prepared for that. But like overall, just in general, if people are actually trying to hurt me, yeah, I'll act all tough, like I got the thick skin and blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, words still fucking hurt. You know, you just got to get over it. But it still does affect me.
Yeah,
Like my early days at Twitch, when they still had that whole whisper feature thing, like I would wake up, I'd get ready to start my stream up, and I'd have brand new whispers from people just telling me to kill myself, or let me know how fat I am. Like, holy shit, I've never seen a mirror. It's fucking wild, dude. People were just fucking mean for no reason, and I would sit there and I'd turn it into content on stream, and I'd show off the daily hater messages, and we'd all laugh about it, but like it really ate me up on the inside, dude.
Yeah, I'm a big like I said before, like I'm a big free speech guy. I think people should be able to say what they want, but there's a fine line for being like malicious and saying what you want and just talking about things. And I don't like that. I think it's kind of shitty, you know, that people go out of their way to do that. But that's the world, you know. We live in a really terrible world, where people are just mean and angry for no reason, just to kind of fill some void in their life, some enjoyment.
Yeah, I just think some people have really bad lives, and they don't really have a way to like express their feelings and stuff, so they just take it out on others.
Could be jealousy too, you know. Could be jealousy that you're doing something that maybe they want to do, and they just take it out on you for no reason.
But like the 7-viewer RuneScape streamer Fluff, like back on Twitch in the day, like there was nothing to be jealous about. People just come in there and just say the most horrendous shit.
Did you PK them?
No, I didn't even PK. Like you can ask Sizzle. Like I only do skills. I chop trees and I go fishing and shit.
Yeah. Do you consider yourself like controversial in any way? Like, do you think that there's things that you do that people maybe take offense to, or maybe jokes you've cracked and things like that in any way?
Sometimes like I like to say the word retard a lot. Sorry if that's not allowed on here.
You can say
that
whatever you
offends some people. That offends some people, but like I'm not actually targeting anybody with any type of, you know, special needs. I just, growing up, that's just a word we said, you know. um, and but I think one thing that I do that's kind of controversial is I'd like to speak my mind on shit, and I like to call people out, and people don't like hearing that shit.
Is there
If I see a bad,
is there anybody you want to call out today?
I mean, there's several people I could call out. Like one of the most recent ones. There's a guy that uses Kick. I don't know if he still streams or not, but he also makes music. Where he used his wife's money to donate a lot of subs to people, and then he tried to fuck a lot of women who were not single, and when they turned him down, he just cut them out of his life completely. Stopped giving them money. Started talking shit. Oh, she came on to me type shit. And when I was friends with another girl, and I tried to warn her about him, and he fucking and she defended him, thinking she was gonna get some sub money. I was like, you know what, whatever. I tried to warn you, whatever. Now I'm on her shit list, and they all talk shit about me and shit too. Whatever. Like, let it happen to you then. I don't care.
That's crazy.
I tried to warn you. You want to just shit on me for it? It's whatever.
Yeah, that's crazy that people like do that, and I feel bad for that guy's wife. You know, it kind of goes back to like it kind of goes back to the to what I was saying about like preparing for your future. You know what I mean? And it's like people do that not just like on Kick with like women, but like they'll do that, like they'll spend all their money on like OnlyFans subscriptions and things like that too.
Yep.
Which is such a shame. Like I feel like it's that we're like at that point now in the world where, you know, people are just willing to simp all their money away. I personally don't like it. I'll be straight up, bro. Like I'm not a fan of the idea of OnlyFans. I understand people get your bag and all that. I don't even like that mentality. I think it's something that's dangerous, not just for people in their finances, but the youth as well too. I think it manipulates a lot of people, and you see it on Twitch specifically too. We recently just saw an interview of Dan Clancy talking about how you know, are they going to attract more younger people to the platform and things like that, like people within the 10 to 13-year-old age range. And then, you know, you have a lot of these women and dudes too that have things like OnlyFans, and you know, it's really just like 2 clicks away to get to. Like, yeah, they don't promote it on the platform, but you can go on their Instagram and you can find it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, how do you feel about that? Do you think it's a good thing? You think it's a bad thing? Like,
listen, I personally don't have a problem with OnlyFans. I have a problem with the people that do it and then act like that's not what they're doing. Like, just be about it. The whole, you know how you say you don't like to get your bag. I get your bag. You know, whatever. Just own your shit. I don't like that it's promoted on these platforms that children have access to, though. Even if you mark your stream as 18 plus. Everybody knows that's a 1-button click away from getting in the stream anyways. Just promote that somewhere else. Put it on Twitter, whatever. I don't give a fuck. Just don't put it in this. Like, if this platform was... Like, if Kick was made for fucking sex, then yeah, promote it. If Twitch was made for sex, then yeah, promote it. But it's not. You know, it's live entertainment for all audiences. Just keep it off that shit.
yeah, no, I agree.
Sex will always sell, though. There will always be another website. If OnlyFans ever shut down, there will be another one, and they'll just get promoted too. Fansly, all that shit.
Yeah.
It's all just cringe.
Do you think that like your takes and the things you say and calling out people and things like that, or do you believe that they hold you back from potential opportunities?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Has there been any
100%.
examples where like things like that have actually affected you?
I think it's why I was denied Loot Fest last year. They looked at my Twitter and seen me talking shit about things that need to be talked shit about, and then, you know, they got people that had way less activity on Twitter, way less viewers than me. They all got accepted and shit. And then I took the advice from another streamer, and they were like, oh, well, if Loot Fest is treating you dirty, then talk shit about them on Twitter. So I did, and I got a lot of backlash for it. I won't be doing that again. Like, if I could not get denied from an event or something, I'm just gonna keep it to myself, and I'm gonna keep on moving.
Yeah, it's It's kind
I
of.
will
It's,
say though, Loot Fest is a fucking joke. Always will be a joke. Never will be a dream hack. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I've never been, so I don't know. I don't know
It's
if I
a
would. I don't know
garage.
if I would ever go, but
It was a garage with a couple tables in there, and a bunch of sweaty, ugly men.
sweaty, ugly men.
Yep.
Were you there?
No, I just seen the live streams.
Oh, okay.
Shabat went to Loot Fest this year, and she was streaming it, and she was like, "Yeah, we did not know that Loot Fest was going to be this bad." And I was like, "I tried to tell you." She's like, "All I do know is we will not be coming back to this."
Damn, that's crazy, man. That sucks. You spend so much money on a trip, get a hotel, plane tickets, all that, tickets to the event, and it's just sweaty men, dude.
Yep.
Man. Do you think that like conventions are really worth it, like to go to? Because you know, I don't know. My DreamHack when we met, that was my first convention I've ever been to, like ever. Like I've been to like some expos, but they're not conventions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know, I was there as a creator. I just don't know if it was something that was worth it to me. Like it was worth it to like meet you and the rest of Lurker Squad and hang out with you guys, like, and when you guys had the party at your house and you know we were playing beer pong and stuff, like that was fun, you know, like that's cool to me, and like that's worth it. But like it sucks that it's like that was the moment when we all got to hang out and do that, but it was like centered around the idea of the convention. So I think the question is like, you know, somebody that maybe thinking about going to a convention like DreamHack or you know, Midwest Fest or even Loot Fest, I guess, if you choose to go to that, what would be the kind of big advice that you would say about that?
It depends on like what are you going for, really. There is DreamHack, I would say 100% is worth going to, because there's just so many brands you can get to know and get your name out there. If you're going as a creator, you get to go into the creator hub and meet all other creators, and you can stream from their computers and stuff like that. There's a whole bunch of cool giveaways too. If you know, you can meet all your internet friends or make new friends there too as well. I strictly go just to meet my internet friends and hang out with them. Maybe do a little bit of networking with companies and stuff, but not a whole lot, because I already know all the products I like and what I'm going to keep using. I don't need no special chair or glasses and shit like that. But I do like to see like the new top of the line stuff that they be showing off. It was pretty interesting.
Yeah, I'm actually.
And I really liked.
I'm wearing
I really
my.
like walking through the. Oh, my bad.
No, I was just to say I'm wearing my free Zenny DreamHack glasses right now. Actually,
I wish I got some of those, man.
Yeah, I actually wear them a lot, but I'm not sponsored by them or anything, but I wear them a lot, especially when I'm like gaming and things like that, because they're blue light blocking.
I need to get some. I need to get some blue light blockers actually, but I really enjoyed going through the artist alley in DreamHack. It was really cool to see everybody's art.
Yeah, I like that too. That was cool. I liked meeting the game companies as well, like the indie games.
Yeah.
You know, like what was the one game? Hold on, let me look at my Steam real quick.
Was that like zombie versus the army or something?
Keepsake County. So I heard about Keepsake County before I went to DreamHack, and I thought like, wow, that game looks so sick. So it was really cool to sit there and talk to the guy that made it. He was a really cool dude and things like that. And what I really liked about that game was like, have you played it at all, or do you know what it is?
I have not.
So it's like a game where you play as a robber and you go into people's houses and you like steal stuff from the house, right? And you have to not get caught by the cops. But it's got this very specific art style that's like cartoon, hand drawn. Like it looks like it doesn't look really that good, but it's cool because you can like kind of see how the guy did it. And it kind of inspired me. I'm like, man, like I could probably make a game like that. I'd love to make a video game one day. With my art and things like that.
Yeah, me and my boy Upus was talking about the other day too. It would be really fun to just make a video game.
Yeah, I know people that make video games, and they do a really good job at it. Like they make mostly RPGs, in like RPG Maker, but dude, it would be so sweet to like make a whole video game.
I made one game on RPG Maker back in the day. It was based off the movie Natural Born Killers with Woody Harrelson.
Okay.
And it was so much fucking fun. You literally just played as the characters, and then you could program it to where you step on a certain tile, and then a picture of the movie would pop up, and some music would play and shit like that. But I never found out like how to like share it to anybody else or anything. So it was just on my own computer. The RPG Maker was a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, I want to do it. I just have never sat down and got into like the mindset of like I'm gonna make a game. You know, maybe after I finish this cartoon, maybe I'll give it a test and see if it's something that I really want to do. But,
hell yeah, dude.
do you think, back to questions on topic, do you think that there's any platform that's genuinely better than any other platform when it comes to like live streaming or just even posting clips?
For posting clips, yeah, I definitely stick with YouTube and TikTok. YouTube's probably the best one long term, because we got like another 17 days of TikTok before it gets banned again or some shit. But YouTube, if you end up getting monetized on there, you can upload clips, you can upload your VODs from your Kick streams, and you can just make money off of views. And you can also use it because like on Kick, you only got your VODs saved for like 7 days, and then partners, we don't keep them forever either. I don't know how long we keep them. So people should be just uploading their VODs. People need to find ways to split their audio first, and then start uploading their VODs just to have memories of your previous streams and stuff.
Yeah, the splitting the audio is a huge one. You know what I mean? Figuring that out, because, dude, I don't know. It blows my mind. Like, and you do it too. No offense to you, but I just don't understand how Kick gets away with like allowing people to play like copyrighted music like all the time.
Well, so when you create your Kick account, you sign the agreement that if any company comes after you with a DMCA, you are solely responsible to deal with that and not Kick.
Yeah, I did know that, but it's like, is there any record of any of that happening to anybody? Like,
well, they just recently got rid of the Charmander emote, so I know Nintendo came after Kick.
Yeah,
the rare charm, that's gone. So Pokemon definitely came after Kick, but as like music wise, I don't know if anybody's been hit yet. Now I know
there's been movie
Twitch,
stuff. There's been movie stuff that has been hit.
Oh yeah, probably. I know on Twitch, there was a RuneScape streamer who was listening to, I think it was a Drake song, and he ended up getting a shit ton of donos, like, because he's doing a subathon or some shit. And the label company got word that he made so much money while a Drake song was playing, and he got banned.
Damn.
Right off of Twitch until he gave them the money, and then they would reinstate his account.
That's crazy.
It was a 7-second clip of music. 7 seconds.
That's crazy. That's the stuff that scares me. That's why I'm very particular about the music I play on my stream, because I don't want to run into that issue down the line. Man, that's crazy. And like that's what I always say, like this internet stuff, like it could go away tomorrow, you know what I mean? Like what kind of setup are you gonna have for your life if, you know, you're relying on just donos and things like that, and you know that platform gets taken away. Recently my YouTube was banned
yeah,
for something so dumb, and I was in absolute panic mode, and I was so upset because it was like, why, you know, it was like an AI moderation thing that happened. But like, why did I get banned like that? And it's like, if I could just vanish like that, and then, you know, one of YouTube's terms of service is like, if you're banned off the YouTube, like you can't make another YouTube account. And if they find that you did, then you're ban evading, and that account will get banned too. It's like, so it's like, what, I'm kicked off. Yeah, I'm kicked off of this whole platform that everybody uses. And that's a scary thought that is a real harsh reality, I think, that people need to take into consideration when it comes to what they allow on their streams and their content and things like that. I don't really know if I have many other questions. I was trying to think of things that we were going to talk about for like stream teams and things like that, and I think we talked a lot about
etiquette.
that. Oh, streamer etiquette. Yes, that is something that I wanted to talk about with you. So streamer etiquette is I feel like that means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. Explain to me why you wanted to talk about it. How about that?
I mainly wanted to talk about streamers going into another streamer's chat and how they need to act or how they are acting.
Why don't you elaborate? Why don't you just go off on a little tangent? Tell me.
So like for an example, going into someone's stream, saying hi, and then like when you're about to, if you're gonna go stream, all right, now I'm starting my stream up, bye. Or I'm gonna go start my stream, I'll catch you later, I'll be lurking. Or I got you up while I'm streaming. Like, I'm live too. Like, if you go into my chat and you type !promo, I got a nice little command for those that want to just promote themselves to my chat. I fucking hate it so much. Like, you're so bad at networking, you have to use other streamers' chats to let them know that you're also live. It's not the way to fucking do it. People don't want to put in actual work. They just want the easy route. Or some people will only show up. Hey, look at this thing that I'm doing on my screen right now. Or look at this project I'm working. It's all them, and never, how are you doing? That never, no small talk, nothing. It's just straight up, just go in there, advertise your shit, and then leave. It just leaves a very sour taste in my mouth.
Yeah,
and a lot of it's because a lot of these kick streamers are just new to streaming in general. They've never been through the ropes of being fucking bullied for self-advertising themselves on Twitch.
No, dude, I agree with you 100%. And like when I started, I probably was one of those people that was like that kind of person. And nowadays, like I very rarely will like talk about the stream unless like, you know, it's something of like they're asking me, or if like I'm friends with the person, you know what I mean? And it's like we have that mutual understanding that like you could talk about your shit, you know what I mean? In my stream or in their stream.
I personally ask you, like if you're one of my homies and I'm asking you, hey, are you gonna stream today, or what's your plans on today, and you're gonna stream, then yeah, mention it there. I'm asking you that shit. If you just come in there and just straight up announce to my whole fucking chat that you're about to go live, or that you're gonna be streaming later, just to try to take my viewers or try to get a couple free follows and shit. It's just so fucking annoying, dude.
Oh wait, hold on. We got one in chat right now from Fluff. Hey fam, keep shining like a bright star. I got you muted, and I'm not tabbing you, but I want your viewers to know I'm also streaming right now. Okay, thanks. Bye. Damn, I can't believe he just came into the stream and did that.
Who's pretending to be? I finally got an impersonator.
I'm gonna have to ban him.
Yeah,
Mods, can we ban Fluff from the chat?
Mods, can we gulag him?
I don't even know if I got any mods right now. No, dude, I agree with you 100%, and it bothers me because it's like, you know, I tried to talk when I started. I really tried to network with people and talk to people and just kind of like see. And nowadays, seeing how prevalent that is, it kind of like deters me from networking and talking to people. Like, you know, if I see somebody's chat that's just all emos or locked in people or you know, shining like a bright star comments, like it deters me from wanting to even go talk to that person, because I know the mentality that they're in right now, and that it's that they're probably like, why am I gonna go spend my time trying to talk to somebody and watch their stream if they're not even going to give me the time of day to like talk to me in my stream?
Like Big Joe Betts. Have you seen that guy yet?
I don't know who that is.
So yeah, it's Big_Joe_Betts. He streams on Kick, and his whole stream, he's just in other people's streams spamming 3 emotes the whole time. I don't know how he's able to play his game and do that at the same time, but I don't know if he has a bot set up to just type in everyone's chats or what. It blows my mind.
You want to?
he's a new streamer. I know he's new to streaming because he's doing this shit, and his whole chat is nothing but emotes. And he's just doing it right back to those other streamers. I went in there just try to talk to him. He didn't read my message at all. I went in there. I was like, "Oh, hey, how you doing? How's your day? How's the games?" What he did was he opened my stream up, dropped 3 emotes, and then didn't even answer me.
Yeah, no,
He didn't look at my screen because I had his stream up. It doesn't make sense. I don't understand it. These people are bots, dude.
And then they'll like follow you, and then they'll like unfollow you. You know, so it's like, oh, they followed me, I'll follow you back. And then it's like, I don't even like follow people back unless they're like, they tell me specifically, being like, hey, yeah, I stream. And I don't even care if you talk about the fact that you're like a streamer in my chat. Like, that doesn't bother me. But like, you know, as long as you're genuine about it, like, that's, you know, that's the stuff that is fine with me. But if you're coming in here and you're saying, oh, this and that, got you locked in, all of this, like, I know you're a streamer. Why else would you be saying that to me? You know, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to promote you because
the people that do the slightest promo too, that shit gets under my skin. Like, you know what they're doing. Like, oh, I gotta go get started. You know, have a good day or whatever. They're not actually saying that they're starting their stream, but that they gotta go get started without actually saying it. But we all know they're fucking saying it too. Like, you're not slick. About to go do my thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I just commented in Fluff's chat, hey, I gotta go, bro, I'm interviewing a guy in my hot tub. So you want to hear a really a thing that I came up with like a while ago, and I'm sure that other people do this. I never did this, but this was an idea I had when I first started streaming, was that I was going to have my buddy who works from home, while I was at work, he was going to go into people's chats under my account and just like go in and like spam emotes or like have a stupid copy and paste message that he would say. I never did this, but and he was like, he even told me, he's like, it's a really good idea, but like that's probably not going to help you. And I'm like, yeah, you're probably right. And I didn't know any better, you know what I mean? I was just like, I see other people doing it, why not? You know what I mean? But that's something I never admitted before, but I'm admitting it now to you.
Oh shit. I'm glad you didn't do that.
Yeah, no, I didn't do that. And you know, I used to be like the kind of guy that was like an emo guy and tabber, but I also took the time to talk to people too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was the thing, was like I really did try to get to know people, and then I realized that it was just this culture of like people that don't care as much as I do, and that bothers me.
Also, the ones that come in and they only do exclamation point lurk, and then you click on their name, you see they're also live too. Why even leave that up?
Well, I think that goes back to the idea of like people who lurk, and you know, why lurkers get a bad rep, because people are not actually lurking. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like if you spent some time with me talking to me while I'm streaming and shit, and then you gotta go and you hit me with the lurk, that's perfectly fine. But why your only message coming in saying that you're lurking? It doesn't. You're not.
And I just don't understand how like a platform like Kick that is already has a bad rep, they are trying to grow their numbers and things like that, how they allow people to get partnered and verified doing that. When again, these people, like, they have shitty audio. So
I'm gonna bring this guy up, RK Stacks. So he fucking hates my guts because his whole chat is inflated. It's all emote spammers and shit like that. And I seen that he was denied like verification 19 times. And I already didn't like him because he's friends with Joker, and I don't associate with anybody who's friends with Joker. So I had him blocked on Twitter from the get-go. He's just a piece of shit. Well, I tweeted out one day, I was like, if you were denied 19 times, maybe you're the problem. And he got wind of that somehow. Because I had him blocked. He had to type in my name, look at my tweet, and then see it. and he went on a big fucking rampage. He's caused a lot of problems with Lurker Squad. He's hate rated our Discord. He's view botted us a bunch of times too. We just contact staff and they go away. Um, and well, anytime somebody's on front page, if I'm in their chat, like Razor Red, for example, he's seen I was in her chat while she was on front page. He went in there right off the rip, tagged me, and started talking shit. Like, just unblock me, fat boy. Like, let's run the fucking fade, blah, blah, blah. You know what you fucking did. And I just laugh at him. Like, he got his ass beat by D-Tan. I ain't afraid of him. And this dude he's been denied like 27 times by now. But what I don't understand, I will say, how they're going to give verification to people, like BB Girl, Snippenhammer, Ox5, how they're going to give verification to these people who do the same thing he does, but they won't give it to him. That doesn't make sense to me. Like, just give him his check mark already so we can get over this meme. I know he mainly streams on Rumble and shit now, but if they're going to give it to those people but not him, just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, like the idea of not being consistent with it is what bothers me.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And that, yeah, it's like, is that all we got to do, Fluff? Is that all we got to do? We just got to become emote spammers and just go into people's chats to reach that goal?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's because he talks shit about Kick too on Twitter. Maybe that's why they won't verify him. I don't understand.
It's probably that. It's probably people being spiteful and things like that. But you know, I think there's a fine line between like talking shit and addressing problems, and I think a lot of people cross that line without even realizing it. You know?
Yeah.
And it's like this, we're talking about this like it's a problem, but it's like some will say that, oh, because you just mentioned names, like that's crossing the line. But like, dude, there is no reason that a lot of these people should be partnered. They should be getting paid to create the stuff from the company themselves. It makes no sense. You go, I always say it all the time. If you're curious about somebody and their numbers, you just go look at their other socials, because if the other socials don't match, then they're faking it some way, shape or form. They're faking it. And it's like, how are they going to go say that view botting is not allowed on the platform, that if you view bot, we're going to catch you? But at the same time, they allow things like tabbing and follow for follow and emote spamming to go through and reach verification and get paid to do that. It seems disingenuous to me. It pisses me off, and that's like why I'm skeptical on a website like Kick. Because it doesn't Eddie can sit here and go say that like we're the platform for the streamer, we're the platform for the content creator, the little guy, but the little guy gets used and abused while people who cheat get ahead. And and I think that's a genuine complaint. That's not me being salty or me talking shit. I'd love to see this platform be what the potential of it could be. But I think as long as things like that happen, we'll never get there.
Yeah, but then again, also like the platform really isn't that old compared to the other ones, so they still got a lot of room to grow. We're not getting the growth fast enough, I think, is the issue.
Yeah, I mean, it is sort of like an instantaneous world we live in where we want results right away, and I think that's more of a people issue than it is an issue with the platform. But you know, that's just something that people need to deal with, the fact that it is a newer platform. But as word gets around that things like that are allowed, it doesn't help the growth as well.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's why I'm a big proponent of multi-streaming. You know what I mean? Like we were saying before, don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah.
This was a question I saw in chat before. Let me scroll back up. Where was it?
Alcohol.
Yeah, glorification of alcoholism on streams. What do you think about that?
I hate it.
You hate it?
I hate alcohol in general. Like,
you don't drink?
I will drink like every now and then, like if the homies are doing something to celebrate, like with a shot. But no, I'm diabetic. I can't really have a whole lot of alcohol anyways. But I really hate the whole sub incentives for shots. You're just poisoning yourself. It was banned on Twitch. You can't take subs for shots. You can't take shots for subs. You can't just take money to harm yourself. and alcohol is harming yourself. I don't care how anybody else feels about it. It is what it is. And I feel like if Kick cracked down on that, a whole lot of people on this platform would lose their content. And a lot of people don't want to admit that alcohol is their only fucking content.
Yeah, I feel you on that. Like, because I used to do like 5 gifted and I'll shotgun a beer, you know, and it worked. Like, it worked. Like, I was like, people would sub and things like that. But the problem was like I'd be ending up drinking like every time I stream, and you know, and then I'm like gaining weight, I'm feeling sluggish at work and all of this the next morning because I wake up really early for work. And you know, I've stopped doing that because, one, I'm a cartoon now, I can't really do that. Two, I try not to drink as much as I used to. It was like I was drinking like, you know, 8 beers like every day at a point. And you know, now I'm like trying to focus on my health more. I've been at the gym, jump roping, doing stuff like that. I agree with you. I don't think it's a good, it's kind of like gambling too, you know what I mean? It's something
but that's a funny thing is, though, the people that hate, oh, you're glorifying gambling or you're exposing your audience to gambling, are the same people that take fucking shots for subs.
Yeah, it's no better.
It's really not. No, it's not at all.
And yeah, I do agree with what BBQ said here too. It's damaging for viewers who don't drink or have quit drinking. That is a big thing. You don't really know where people's lives are at. You know what I mean? Same thing with gambling too. You know, someone might be a recovering gambler, or I'm not even a fan of people smoking weed on stream. I think people shouldn't smoke weed on stream personally. And I think, again, it's like a lot of people, their content is smoking weed. And I'm not
I'm
like,
a little different with that, though. I don't think it, like, if you're promoting like smoking and going and driving somewhere or something, yeah. Or if they're doing it way too much, then yeah. There's definitely a point where weed turns into a problem, and then those people don't want to admit that. I got a buddy that will lose his fucking shit if his dealer is 5 minutes late to give him his weed. And I was like, you don't see you have a problem? Like, what's going on here?
I mean,
why are you getting?
I used to smoke a lot. Like, I used to be a big weed guy, like smoking all day, every day, and highly functioning weed guy. And I used to get like that too. You know what I mean? And I'm not even saying like don't smoke. I just mean specifically smoking on camera. I know a lot of people who have who turn off their camera or say, I'm gonna step away while I smoke. You know what I mean? And I'm all for that. I just think it's a bad look, especially with people when it comes to like sponsorships and things like that too. I think a lot of people don't think about that as well. Some companies like are not about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but there's also a lot of smoking companies that look for that too, though.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. You know.
Yeah, I think I'd rather people smoke weed than drink.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I can't nowadays because I get drug tested at my job. But the day I become a full-time streamer, dude, and then I can I can hit it, dude, I will take a fat rip.
Hell yeah, dude.
But who knows what that is, you know what I mean, when that time could come, or you know, if maybe I get a different job, I don't know. I also like not smoking for so long, it's kind of like I don't even know if I could go back to it, you know. Because I'll put it this way, I had an incident like a couple years ago where I had like a good amount of time off from work, and so I hit weed. I hit 2 hits out of a bowl at my friend's house, dude, and I have never been so paranoid in my entire life and felt like I was like freaking out, like it was insane. And I always think about that, where I'm like, man, I wish I could smoke weed, but then I think about that feeling of being like, oh my gosh, dude, I couldn't function like that, you know. But that's just a little story of that. Yeah, man. I don't know if I really have anything else I want to talk about specifically, unless you do. I mean, the floor is yours. You know, this is your time to shine. Talk your shit, dude. You wanted to talk your shit. I think you did. You said a lot. But is there anything else specifically that you want to talk about, or is there any questions from chat?
There's one thing I do want to say.
Yes, go for it.
All these people out here blaming Kick for not having features to incentivize people subscribing and shit like that. Oh, we don't have channel points. Oh, we need more features on this platform. This might be a hot take, but I feel like they just have shit content and they want to blame a platform for having shit content.
I agree with you 100%. I think that there was an interview. It wasn't an interview. It was like I guess it was like a town hall thing of like that Whittlebears had, and it had a lot of streamers and stuff. And it's like, hey, it's rough. Said something along the lines during it and being like I personally we need to thank Kick for not having features. And I don't agree with that. I don't think it sucks when, you know, there's something that you want to add to your stream and you can't do it because the feature isn't there and it's already readily available like on Twitch for years that you've had. I think that does hurt a lot of people, but I do agree with how people think that their content's going to get better because there's channel points. That's insane to me, because there's already things like we already do have channel points. Like Botrix has channel points. I have things set up through Botrix where people can like throw tomatoes at me and, you know, make certain things pop up on the screen. It's not like that's magically gonna fix it. You know what I mean?
It would be cool to have channel point feature like Twitch, but at the end of the day, like I'm not suffering because it's not there.
Dude, the channel point thing, I don't understand the appeal to it personally. I'm not the kind of person where I'm like, oh, dude, what kind of rewards can I do in their stream?
Well, so let's say they just click a button under the chat and it throws a tomato at you instead of them having to like type something out. It's the ease of access.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it.
They're gonna have to, like, unless you have somewhere where it lists everything that they can type to throw stuff at you, or instead of them having, because a lot of people are gonna be mobile, so if they have to open up a browser page just to look at something too, that's really annoying. Like not everybody's watching streams on a computer. Like we do need more stuff, like mobile friendly stuff.
Yeah.
Like to use Blurp. Blurp is great, but you need a browser extension on a PC. On mobile, you got to click a link, you got to go to a website, you got to type it in, all that shit, and then go back to the stream if you don't have picture-in-picture mode on, just so you can see what you just did.
Yeah, and that's a problem too, is because like for me, I watch a lot on mobile, and I don't get a lot of the Blurp points because I don't have the watch time through Blurp.
Yeah, exactly. And if you don't have a PC up with the browser extension, you won't get Blurp points. That's the downfall. You'll have to end up just spending money on Blurp points.
Is that a thing? Deep Rock Galactic? You can spend points and spawn in harder bosses? I love that game.
I know, like with Tangia, but also again, you need to go to a website to activate it. But you can add your Tangia to games like Minecraft and stuff, and people can pay money to spawn stuff on you and whatnot, like crowd control, but for Kick.
Yeah, I mean, and that stuff definitely needs to come through. Hold on, excuse me one moment. Sorry. Things like that definitely need to get implemented, and I think with time now that it will get implemented, especially with the API being public now. I personally don't like the idea of the bounty program, though. I think I do think that developers are and from other companies are the ones that are going to create the things for the platform, but I just don't like the idea of Kick throwing money at something to kind of get what people want. I do think that Kick should try to prioritize things in-house as well.
Yeah.
things that just natural, like channel points is not something that a third party company developed. It's something that they implemented themselves into the platform.
Yeah, I remember when channel points came to Twitch. It was to see what it evolved into now is just fucking wild.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I'm still like new to it all, so it's like for me, it's like the way I look at stuff is very different, like of what's important to me as on a stream. To me, it's like quality, production quality, communication. You know what I mean? Those things are what like excite me about a stream. Not necessarily what pops up on the stream, but how well the streamer can like articulate the scenario that they're in or whatever. But everybody's different, you know what I mean? Everybody watches streams for different reasons and things like that. So I think this has been a really good conversation. I think we talked about a lot. I really appreciate you coming on here and talking with me in my hot tub. I really
Dude, it was fun.
I really like this series. I think it's a good thing. I don't think this series will ever get front paged, but I do think that it talks about a lot of stuff that people are thinking about. So before we like call it, is there anybody that has any other questions in the chat, or if you have any in your chat? I know you're streaming right now too.
I have a question.
You have a question for me?
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So what's the chances we can get you on a Lurker Squad podcast episode?
Whenever, dude. I've already been on one technically.
Yeah, but like again.
Whenever, man. Just let me know. I'm always down.
Hell
you
yeah,
know,
dude.
and this is actually something I wanted to talk about was we didn't really touch on this, but like, you know, I'm the kind of person that like I'm not really like a stream team guy. You know what I mean? It's not that like I don't like the idea of it, but I'm always iffy about it. And I like people, like I like you guys, like I like the people in Lurker Squad, and it's like, do I consider myself like a Lurker Squad member? Like I don't, you know what I mean?
Well,
and it's
if you're in the
not,
Discord, you're part of the community regardless.
that's what you say.
Yeah. So I mean, you're gonna have to leave the Discord if you don't.
I guess
wanna
I'm
be,
leaving the
Lurker
Discord.
Squad.
That's fine. But it's always been something that I'm like, you know, I've always been a guy that's been like, if anybody's gonna like help me, or if I'm gonna get anywhere in life, I kind of got to do it myself. You know what I mean? That's
no,
actually
and that's who we're looking for, though. That's the thing. We don't want someone. We've had team members that think, oh, they're gonna join the stream team, not take a part of any events, not want to play games with any of us, but immediately they're gonna get boosted, and then when they're not, they get salty, they get upset, and then they fucking leave and rage quit.
Yeah.
And fucking wipe my hands of them. Fuck them. I don't
Fuck
give
'em.
a fuck. Like, we're not here to help you. Like in a way, like if you need help with certain things, yeah, for sure. But we're not here to boost you. And especially if you make it very known that you don't want to be a part of us or do shit with us or just try to be a good person and spread positivity, fuck them. You're out, dude.
and that's kind of like the thing too, is like time, you know what I mean? Like I only have so much time to do stuff, and for me to like go out of my way to make time for like to join a group, right? And then like having to find the time to like go out of my way to make time for people, and like that's the thing, like I don't want to upset people too, you know what I mean?
I already got a counter argument for that too. So we used to do like 1-day events that people could, like we only ask if you join the team, you have to stream twice a week minimum, and then take part of one event in a month. We used to do 1-day events, but now we do like these week-long events. You don't even have to take part the whole week. And if you absolutely can't take a part of that event, then we ask you, like, maybe you have an idea to host your own event, and you don't have to give up any money for it. It could, like, the prize could be a Discord role or a special shout out, shit like that. You can just come up with your, like No Face, for example. He's a very busy man. Everything he does is like he's built his own community, and so we're not trying to force him to make time for us. So we were like, hey, why don't you come up with an event and we can all take part of your event? He's like, I fucking love that idea. So, like, you know, team members that absolutely can't take part of events, we're not trying to force you to. Maybe
Yeah.
you can pitch an idea to get an event rolling, and then we'll just call it your event. That way, you're still being part of the team. And plus, you already show up in enough of in enough of our streams now and then. Like this whole "you're too busy" bullshit is just a bunch of bullshit.
I guess it is a bunch of bullshit. I guess I'm just full of bullshit. I don't know. It's just it's not something I've never thought about. You know what I mean? Of like obviously I've thought about it and like, oh, like maybe I should reach out and try to become like official Lurker Squad streamer. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't know, and I don't know why. It's like I don't know. You know what I mean? It's like one of those things that's like a mental thing, you know what I mean? Like I kind of tweeted something the other day, and it's like it's crazy how like one day you can feel like you're like doing some really cool unique shit, and then the next day like you feel like you're like, what's the point? And that's kind of just like a struggle I've had my whole life of being like, what's the point? You know what I mean? Like why bother doing that? You know what I mean?
I
Like
feel that.
it's not, and it's like a title thing too. It's like I don't really like care about the title. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't mean something to me to be like a Lurker Squad member. You know what I mean? Like I just consider you guys friends. So it's like, you know, sure, Lurker Squad, you guys are cool. Like I don't it doesn't matter to me. Like if somebody's talking shit about Lurker Squad, I'll be like, no, they're really good guys. But like I don't think I need to officially be like a streamer to do that. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Would you do Lurker Squad recruits if they set it up? Yeah, why not? Why not? I'll do it.
we got this thing we're cooking up. It's gonna be kind of like the respawn recruits, but for LS.
Okay.
Where we're gonna have like challenges every week, and then people can take part of it and maybe win some prizes, or if they want like top prize, join the stream team, and even the team members can join in too and take part of these challenges just to have something to do, create content with. Shit like that. I think it's gonna be pretty fun.
What are things that you look for when it comes to like having someone be like a stream team member?
We look for people that want to grow, that want to spread positivity, and that just, you know, don't mind being a part of something, not just like going about it like solo dolo. Like everybody's at the end of the day, everybody's doing this solo, but
Yeah.
to have like a group of friends to back you on that too. And just say, hey, yeah, I'm part of this. I helped build this type of mindset. We just all around just like good people.
But what if I want to spread destruction and chaos?
Well, I mean, we might be like anti-Lurker Squad might be starting soon too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
Like
instead
the
of like
subsidiary?
so like instead of like the black background, it's gonna be a white background with the black letters.
Okay.
And we'll be going out and like we'll go into people's chat and say, hey, I'm not lurking.
Maybe I'll join that one.
Ooh, that might be fun.
I'll be the president of that one. I'll just
call
kidding.
it Chaos Squad. How about that?
No, that's cool, man. It's cool. I don't know. It's just a me thing, you know what I mean? And I've like, I don't know, man. I like you guys, and I like everything you guys are doing, and I don't want you to ever get that twisted that I don't. I just don't know. I just don't know for me. I don't know where I fit in in everything. You know what I mean? I kind of feel that way about everything when it comes to this content creation stuff, because it's like I feel like everything I do is like just this weird niche of like, you either like it or you don't. And it's like, how do I fit in with other people? And for a while, I really didn't do collabs. That's why I'm happy I'm doing this hot tub thing, because I think it's kind of forcing me to collab with people and talk with people more.
Get you out your comfort zone.
Yeah, break out of that shell. Exactly. Like I got a lot of good interviews lined up. Like I'll tell you now, like a lot of people have reached out to me.
I seen one that reached out, and I've already bragged about.
Yeah.
People.
Next week we have as long as the cards are right with it. Do you know JTX Joe Tendo?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's gonna come on. He reached out to me that wanted to come on, and I was like, oh, this is cool, because he's kind of been in the Twitter sphere lately, talking about stuff.
I really hope you grab that one though that commented.
Yeah, no, that will definitely happen. I will make sure that happens.
Dude, that's gonna fucking blow you up. Just a heads just a
Yeah,
heads up.
we'll see.
'Cause-
We'll see.
'cause
Hopefully,
she's really good people.
yeah. We'll see. Hopefully that we can make that one work. That one's probably going to be in a little bit in the future, due to stuff in her life right now. But we'll get there. We'll get there with all of that. You know, and then that's the thing too, is like I'm not a big like multiplayer gamer. You know what I mean? And so for me to like sit there and play like Fortnite with you guys, like I don't know, I'm not a Fortnite guy. You know what I mean? It's so it's like, where do I fall in line? But I do have a great idea for something that I've wanted to do. I've talked to Good Vibes Greg about this, and I think you could be great in it. And the idea is a trivia game show, right? Ooh. Where it's like I don't remember the title was that I came up with, but the idea is like, are you smarter than a cartoon? And the idea is like me versus somebody else, and you ask the trivia questions, and I just sit there and we just roast each other the whole time while the trivia is going on, and it's just like really like we're really digging at each other. You know what I mean? I thought that would be a cool idea. Dude. So maybe we could work on setting something up like that.
We're also cooking up like a design event too. Have people come up with different designs and stuff, and then it get judged. Whether it's like just digital design, or if they make some type of artwork, shit like that too. But we want to really hit like everybody's talents. And if it's not somebody's talent, like we want to do a music one too. Come up with some music. If people aren't normally musicians and stuff, they can still get on BandLab, cook something up, like get out of their comfort zone a little, learn something new, and then upload it, and then we can showcase it all too. And then a lot of the events we like to make little montages out of, and we'll upload them to Twitter and stuff, get people's names out there. We really try to help people that take part of the community.
You know what? Honestly, I think that's like my problem is and it's like an internal issue, but I just have this like beef with the word community. You know what I mean? I think it's used and abused a lot. And I don't know, it's something about it that is like I don't like the idea of like a community of people, because I feel like communities always center around one person, especially in the streaming sphere. Like when people are like, I want to thank my community, I believe in my community, and it's like, well, you don't own these people. You know, they're just people that are choosing to watch you, and they vibe with you. Like I consider them like more friends or just straight up viewers. You know what I mean? Like and maybe that's something to do with me kind of keeping a distance with like people that watch me and things like that. It's just you kind of understand what I'm saying? Like I'm just I like to keep things to myself sometimes, and I think with the idea of a community, it's like it's kind of more
for the
all
longest
open.
time. For the longest time, people didn't even know that I made Lurker Squad. That everybody thought it was Greg's. And I just let him have it all. I was like, look, that way if something bad goes wrong, it's all Greg. Blame Greg, not me.
That's another reason too, dude. It's like, you know, that is iffy about me. I talked about this last time with Chavez, but like, if something like goes wrong with like these groups, like you're automatically like lumped into it, whether you did something or not. You know, and that I think is not fair sometimes. So that's like a thing of that I worry about, but not that I think like anything would happen with you guys or just but just in general. You know what I mean? Because it's like I've been asked to join like different organizations and stream teams and things like that, and I've just been like, I don't know. You know what I mean? It's not really. I don't know you enough. Like I know you guys enough to where I could like make an informed decision, but a lot of them are just kind of whatever. But
also one more thing, like before all this ends, Greg's girlfriend, it's her birthday today, so big happy birthday to Haley.
Happy birthday, Haley. I hope you have a great birthday today, and may the Lord bless you in the future life, and I hope that you can have babies with Greg.
Huh? Actually, I hope that too. They would make such adorable little chunky babies.
Let me ask you, Fluff, before we end this hot tub session, how are you feeling? Are you really pruny right now?
A little bit. I did pee a couple times.
That's okay. This water has not been changed in months, and
Oh shit.
Brian's dead body is actually at the bottom of it.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, he's dead. I drowned him in the hot tub. That's why it's the Chef Buggrub show now.
Oh hell yeah. Fuck 'em.
Yeah, fuck him. Tag yourself, shout out your socials, anything you got going on, man. I appreciate you again for being here with me during this conversation.
Yes, sir. Only thing I will promo is May 22nd. Big ass road trip from Tulsa to Dallas. I'll be live streaming the whole time if anybody wants to tune in.
Great, great, great. And this is also on YouTube. Well, this will be on YouTube. I'll be uploading it this weekend. But everyone on YouTube, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Go check out Fluff on YouTube and follow him on kick.com/Fluff, and then twitch.tv/FluffTopher as well.
Yeah.